Hey, Don J, what's going on, man? Not enjoying some of YouTube's changes as I set up much slower than I normally do. Hey, Kurt24, man, thanks for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, I guess we'll just have to do our editing this way. Oh, well. Oh, dude, that's the shittiest part of it, probably. But there's a good part of that, too, because you kind of figure out, and it's a shitty good thing, right? So you figure out through military service who your friends actually were. Sometimes it was just convenience, you know, and you find out which dudes will show up when you need them to, when you're coming home or when you got leave, so on and so on. So it's a good bad thing, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, 13 weeks. Yeah. Let's see, what was mine altogether? A little over 21 weeks. A little over 21 weeks for myself. I think my brother did like 30 weeks or more. Of course, we were Army, so experience varies a little bit. Hey man, do it for your reasons. And then just take care of your career too. People tell you, oh, hire, I'll deal with your admin stuff. No, no, man, you focus on your admin stuff. Live life. What's going on, brother? Okay, so we save that. Then let's refresh that. Okay, so this morning, thank you for the like. Greatly appreciate it. So this morning we are going to talk about whatever, anything anyone wants to bring up, guns, whatever. But also the 26, which we are going into regular test production. So this is a prototype, and we're producing the main one we're going to test today. Oh man, not the money. I'm talking about your administrative stuff. So things like your paperwork, your schools, your awards, all that stuff. Make sure that gets handled. Some of that shit's important when you get out. On an SCT slide? I don't have an SCT slide. These are Stiffler Manufacturing slides. But this is our 26 prototype right here. Today we are producing the actual 26 test slide today. And after that, if we have enough time, we're going to go hit the range and we're going to dump several hundred rounds through it. And if we like it, we're going to start producing 26s. All the jobs are going to have discipline. Find you something that interests you and you think you might be able to utilize on the outside. Unless you really just want to go kill the enemy and then go join the infantry, man. I mean, don't tell them you want to kill the enemy, but you know what I mean. Oh, frames. No, on lives, we can't put them on frames. YouTube gets all butthurt if you do. But I can tell you they have been tested on Glock OEM, PSA Dagger, SCT, and Ruger RXM, and Polymer 80. Well, you can't say you wanted to join up because you just wanted to murk people. That looks weird. But if you want us to join up and say, I want to go fight for the country, then, that's a whole different thing. Nope, that's actually our name. Though the Stiffler from American Pie has 1 F, we have 2 Fs. Made Army training real fun with all the drill sergeants, as you can imagine. I'm actually also getting a box set up to ship out to... Where are we sending this to? I think we're sending it here. Indeed we are. Yep. Sending out a box of 15 slides from Arizona to Arizona. Gotta love that. I don't know if I'd consider Marines proper members of society. I love my Marines, the ones that I've served with, being from the Army. Ugh. But those crazy SOBs, I don't know if I'd consider them proper members of society. You definitely want Marines with you when you're overseas. Oh, and then, of course, other thing we're talking about this morning is screw California. Why? Because the laws they recently passed are going to force us to not ship there anymore. So, sucks to be them. Of course Marines want more Marines. Marines are cults. Cultists. It's early. That's an old joke, though. You've only got 2 real branches of the military, the Army and the Navy. The Air Force is a corporation, and the Marine Corps is a cult. Classic joke. You're going to find out real quick all the branches make fun of each other. So, yep, I'm prepping a box of 15 slides right now to be mailed off this morning. I'm going to drop it off in the post box as I head off to the shop. And I got a couple other singles to send out too. I think one's going to Nevada, and I want to say the other one's going to Mississippi. There we are. Going active or reserve? Unlike the Army and the Air Force, the Marines does not have a National Guard option. So you have active and reserve to choose from. I'd also start running now. Doing a lot of your PT, start running. You're also going to want to start practicing pull-ups. Alright, let's get this packing slip in here. Yep, you want to start practicing for 3-mile runs, start doing pull-ups. Well, it depends on what you want to do. Active is full-time. Reserves are, once a month, and that's the lie. Reserves and guardsmen actually do quite a bit. But not that any of the active or reserves or guard will admit that to any of each other. But they do more than the 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks in the summer kind of BS that they pitch to people. Because you can get activated for anything. William, what's going on, man? Hearing me package up some slides in the background. I wouldn't quit immediately. You always want to make sure, just in case there's a delay, in case there's a medical follow-up they want you to do, that you still have civilian employment so you can make some money. They'll also send you up to MEPS to make sure you're medically ready. Because sometimes there's some stuff you got to focus on. They're like, yeah, we can't ship you because you're underweight. Or, yeah, we can't ship you because you're overweight. You got to work on some stuff. Or, no, you can't ship because you need this educational level, for this thing you're trying to do. Blah, 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 blah. So I wouldn't quit anything until it's a sure thing. And even then, in some cases, for example, if you join the reserves, you do not have to quit. They have to retain your job. So that way when you get back, you have a place to work. Well, that's the thing about that, and especially if you end up doing the reserve side of it, make sure you have something to come back to, because you're still going to need income. Might not care about the money in the moment, but you still need to pay for things, still need to take care of business. Whereas the active side, you don't have to worry about that because you're getting paid full-time all the time. You'll also find out if you join the reserve, or some of you might be looking at the National Guard, that many businesses do not appreciate your service because you're interrupting their schedule. So you might find your hours cut, little things like that. They can't outright fire you, but they'll find ways to fuck with you. It's shitty, but there are federal laws that protect you from some things. And thankfully, there's quite a few incompetent businesses out there that just blatantly violate the law in your favor. It's called USERRA, Uniform Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act. Keeps your butt covered anytime orders pop up. So yeah, always make decisions that are going to take care of you and your family. The military will take what it needs, but always make decisions that take care of you and yours. And then make sure your administrative work is taken care of too. because when it comes time for you to get out, some of that stuff helps. For example, there's certain awards, service medals, things like that, that contribute to federal hiring or education, things like that. Stuff that needs to be documented in your record that if you don't take care of, and nobody tells you this stuff, you know. It's just stuff you end up figuring out on your own over time. Yeah, try to go for spring. I shipped out in January, about 10 years back. It was frickin' cold. Tell you that. Fort Benning, Georgia, in January. Sucked. But it dealt with it. Excuse me. There we go. One more piece of tape here just to be safe because I don't trust the U.S. Postal Service. There we are. Box is all boxed up and good to go. No, you're not committed just by meeting with him. Just find out all the information you need to know. Ask him all kinds of questions. What MOSs are available? What do you have to do? What's military pay like? What's educational? Ask him all kinds of questions. Where are you likely to go for training? How long is training? How can you go up a rank? How can you go in as an E2 instead of an E1? Sometimes that's an option. You know, ask him all the questions. And with the Marines, this is less likely, but ask him if there's any bonuses. Is there a bonus for enlisting? Not likely because it's the Marine Corps, but yeah, they almost never give out bonuses. But if it's something you can take advantage of, go ahead. How soon can you start on your educational benefits? Ask all kinds of things, man. Hey, Marsh Boy, what's going on? Stiffler Manufacturing is in Arizona. Let's swap out a slide. I remember my first night at MEPS. I didn't sleep. I should have slept. The next day sucked. Okay, let's see here. We need to go get a white slide and a desert sand slide. All right. There we go. That box is packed up. Heading from Arizona to Arizona. And now we're packing up 2 more individual slides. Looks like we got one going off to Nevada and one to Mississippi. How often we're able to contact family? If we didn't fuck up, once a week on Sunday. For like 5 minutes or less. I don't know if things have changed now, but yeah, that's about what it was, once a week. Pretty much just, hey, I'm alive still. It's about as long as you get. Oh, yep, this one's going off to Las Vegas. Let's get that packing or shipping label ready. No nicotine whatsoever. None. Better enjoy not having that. No nicotine, no caffeine. We weren't allowed to have coffee. I don't think I was allowed to have coffee until like the final 2 weeks. And that had to be earned. You had to be like, prove you weren't a fuck up and you could be allowed to have coffee. Oh, nice. You got a Viper 17? Awesome. I've got a Viper 19 right here. There we go. And by all means, feel free to ask questions. I'm just packaging up slides in the background here, getting some work done. What did you catch on? There we go. Yep, and we're also working on the 26 today. Our test slide is being machined today, and we are going to take it to the range if we have enough time. If not today, tomorrow. And we're going to dump several hundred rounds through it, and if we like it, we're going to start production. So yep, we are about to start working on the 26. Getting it ready to put on the website. Get it sent out. We've already got pre-orders for like 50 of them. So that's kind of exciting. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's why we chose the RMR. It's so popular. A lot of people have it. Oh, thank you for the likes, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Yep, here we are. SM19 Turbo, Desert Sand. SM19 Turbo, Desert Sand. Always double check your shipping labels and item. Oh yeah, try and stop it now. It's going to make life easier. Yeah, you're not going to have those in training. Your drill instructors might. But not you. There we are. We'll get the polymer bag for you in a minute. Okay. Reload you. Excellent. Yep, they are not going to let you have caffeine, nicotine, vapes, whatever. No energy drinks. Heck, when I was in, we had a guy steal energy drinks. They recycled his ass. You imagine that, getting through 6 weeks and then getting recycled to week 1. Yeah. Shouldn't have stole those energy drinks. Nope, the only thing you're going to have is water and whatever they give you in the DFAC. In my case, it was water, milk, and Powerade. And God help you if you touch dessert. Unless you're on double rations, in which case they kind of encourage it. That's only if you're really underweight. Oh yeah, I'd stop now. Yeah, definitely quit. Chris Martinez, what's going on, man? Yes, we do. We actually make the slides from scratch. I'll show you in just a sec. I'm packaging one up right now. Come on, get in your home. You've got to go to Nevada. There we go. Okay, we'll slap a Fragile sticker on here. And another one on the front. There we go. Okay, so that one's going off to Nevada. We mill down bars of stainless steel like this here. And then they get milled into the raw slide itself. And then those get turned into, you know, this. Based out of Arizona, and we've been doing this for almost 3 years now. I would not disclose that information to your drill instructor. Oh, and if you like your hair, stop liking your hair. They're gonna shave you bald, man. Okay, here we go. Now for the next slide. Where's this one heading off to? And for those of you that, excuse me, early morning. For those of you who don't know, god dang, our slides get wrapped up in bubble wrap, get put in a plastic box, then get put in a polymer bag that protects them from shock and moisture when they're traveling across the country. Oh yeah. Actually, you know the one that really hit me was I got to the DFAC. It's a dining facility, chow hall, whatever, you know. And so we get there, and there's all this food, and it's like a cafeteria style thing. And everybody's in line, you know, just lined up, tight as can be. And you get there, you don't have a choice in what food you get. You just get a tray. You see the food, and you're like, oh, can I get, chicken and, rice and and they just hand you a tray. You don't have a choice. Food's food. Now, of course, later on, you'll have a choice, but not in basic. At least not then. I don't know if it's different now, and of course, Army to Marines is different. But yeah, you did not have a choice in what food you got. They just handed you a tray. The only people who had any kind of choice, sort of, were people who had like allergies. And they had specific trays. You have to get over a lot of shit. Don't get over a lot of shit. First few days was mostly sleep deprivation. Stay awake. Stay awake. If you can't sit and stay awake, stand up and stay awake. If you can't stand up and stay awake, do push-ups. Yep. You can get used to a lot real quick. There we go. Let's pop this open. Let's pop this open. We'll get this downloaded. New shipping label. And for those of you that's just joining us, welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn bars of steel into slides. Tuan Lorenzo, can you give me some details, brother? And also, yes, we can probably help you with that. Probably just send you a new guide rod. Is it an SCT guide rod by chance? There we are, the lightning. Yep, just give me some details. I'll see if I can work with you here. But we'll probably have you just email us. Which, if you ever need to, is right here. Right there in the chat. Okay, here we go. We are sending off an Arctic white slide to, yep, Mississippi. Right on. Let's see, that was the Tango 19er Delta Sierra. What do we got here? Tango 17 Whiskey. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But we do have to check the weight. This is a 17 slide, so let's recheck this before we print the shipping label. .4, so we'll say 15. Yep, we will say 15. That'll cover our butts. The guide rod moves back and forth with no tension while disassembled. Do you know which brand of guide rod that is? When the pistol is aimed straight up in the air, the slide won't go all the way home on reset. Are you soft racking it when that happens? Text conversation is not great. I'm not getting all my answers here. There we are. Let's get this one wrapped up. Hold the trigger and hard rack. Okay. What brand is the guide rod from? Was it one of ours? Is it someone else's? Do you note any obvious hang-ups? Any catches? There we are, prepping you for Nevada. No, Mississippi. Just did Nevada. There we are. Excellent, we got you. Let's get the next one. Off-brand one? Okay. Because I know there was some issues there with some QC checked SCT guide rods that were not fitting correctly. Best bet, my man, take that email address I posted in the chat. Shoot us a full detailed analysis of what's going on. Just give us as much description as possible. And also shoot some photos over. And then we might be able to get you a guide rod. And if that doesn't work, we could probably do an inspection. No, we don't have single guide rods alone. We just send you one of ours and see if that fixes the issue. You said yours was a 17? Okay, here we are. Arctic White, Mississippi. Check. Off to Mississippi we will go. Okay. Yeah, it's likely the guide rod. We'll send you one of ours. Just reach out to us at that same email that I posted. We'll get you hooked up. Put in a Gen 5 firing pin. I've had 0 issues. Awesome. Yeah, we're using a modified Gen 5 firing pin hole. So if you look at the Gen 3, it's like a slot. The Gen 5 is kind of like an inverted tier. So we're using an outright circle that fits both. And we've been able to run both ourselves as well. There we are. Slap on another fragile sticker. Fragile. PDS, what's going on, man? Glock Powdy. Getting slides shipped off to Arizona, Nevada, and Mississippi this morning. There we go. And one last strip of tape for you, and we are all set there. There we are. Excellent. All those slides are ready to roll. Okay, let's see what I missed comment-wise. Oh, thank you, Lorenzo. Good morning, Blackout. What's going on? Right on, man. Get some sleep. I wouldn't quit until you are given a ship date. You might not get a ship date until frickin' summer. Stuff happens. Because the powers that be have abandoned us. Hey, Paul Ivory, what's going on, man? So we utilize a Trijicon RMR flat optic cut. Now, some people will note that as flat, it does not have the mounting, or it does not have the boss lugs, the recoil posts, whatever you want to call them. And the reason those are popular is to prevent shear force on the screws when mounting. Now, when you have a loose optic cut where the tolerances are not tight, that is a valid concern. But for us, I've been running optics on these slides for almost 3 years now, and we haven't had a shorn screw once. And it's because the tolerance is tight. So tight that one guy got a, what was it? Was it a Vector? I forget, but it was so tight that in order to make it just a smidge looser so that he could have ease of removing it and putting it on, he actually dremeled off material. And we're like, no, man, keep it tight. You want it tight for your optic, so there's no shear force on the screws. I mean, there's always shear force on the screws, but you want to minimize it. So we don't utilize it because we're confident in the tolerances for our optic cut. As for mounting plates, no, we don't have mounting plates. It's just for RMR. Oh, right on, Don J. We'll get one shipped out to you. No worries, man. Optic screws don't cost a lot. We just, if you guys have an issue and you need a new one, we just send you one. I shouldn't say optic screws. I should say plate screws. Specifically, those screws. Yeah, where people ran into some issues is where some companies were making slides and their cuts weren't as tight as they should be. And like you might have even seen YouTube videos where people are complaining that, you know, their rear sight was just too loose. And it's because, yeah, it's because their cut was too wide. It was off by just a few thousandths and there was too much play. It's got to be tight. Not so tight you can't get it in there, but tight that it doesn't move without, you know, effort. A good amount of effort. But you gotta gussy it up a little bit, system. Get a bell on the front, you know? Ring, ring. Yeah, thank you guys for the likes. Greatly appreciated. Oh, and I just realized that's almost out of power. Let's go grab the charger. There we are. Get that charger hooked up. Gonna be a fun day today. Hopefully, we finish machining our 26. Then we head off to the range. And then we test fire the crap out of that 26. There we go. So our 26 prototype here, we are doing a new test model of it this morning. It's going to be getting machined out. And sometime in the afternoon, we're going to the range and we are just going to dump several hundred rounds. And if we like it, we're producing the Glock 26 style slide. Hopefully we'll have that in production before, obviously it'll start production, like next week. And then hopefully we'll have them available before January for any Californians who want one. Because come January, we're not shipping to California anymore. California has screwed up too much. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And please feel free to ask questions. We're coming up near the end of the hour mark. So we'll do final questions, answer whatever you guys want. If I don't know an answer, I'll make something up. Ooh, thank you for the like. Greatly appreciate it. Arthur, how you doing? Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn bars of steel into slides. And knock stuff over. There we go. Been doing this for about 3 years. We're planning on going to SHOT Show in January. Alongside, MMC Armory. Go meet a bunch of businesses, do a lot of meet and greet, show off the slides in Vegas. Good times. You are not, my man. 2A is the way. Welcome to the USA, where we has guns. We at Stiffler Manufacturing produce slides out of bars of 17-4 stainless steel like this one right here. We mill these down into raw slides like this 26 prototype I've got right here. We has the guns. And then after that, we deburr it, sand it, clean it, Cerakote it, and do cool stuff like this. Oh, good morning, little cat. Did I wake you up? Why? Do you want uppies? Okay, you can come up here. You can't come up on the table, though. You keep knocking. I mean, I just knocked something over, but you knock a lot of things over. And you're just going to ignore me. Say hello to the cat, everybody. Okay. Okay, enough of you. We take slides from California? What do you mean? Also, what's going on, Big Red? We won't be shipping to them anymore come January 1st. California passed a bunch of laws that make it really difficult on businesses to, well, basically send gun parts to California. We could, but we'd have to jump through some hoops. And California just made it such a pain in the ass. You guys will make other slides other than Glock like SIG. T-Guns, we almost did. We almost made a SIG style slide, and it was going to be the 320, and then we decided not to. For obvious reasons. Okay, little cat, you got to go down now. But yeah, we might do some other ones in a little while. Chris Ortiz, what's going on, man? Thank you. And we test all of our slides on Glock OEM, PSA Dagger, SCT, Ruger RXM, and we've even got a few Polymer 80s. Yeah, we're just holding off on SIG for a little while. And we got to see what our distributor wants. Right now, our distributor wants 26s and 43s. So once we finish the 26, then we're going to work on the 43. And after that, I'm not sure what we're doing. Outside of like some sci-fi stuff, I've never heard of slides for revolvers. Supposed to be a Glock 19 clone, but some slides don't work with it. Oh, yeah. I mean, we base our tolerances off of the Glock OEM slides, so as long as your stuff is graded to fit those, you should be good. It's not. It wants my attention. And I'm ignoring it because I'm on a live right now. Cat just wants to play because I'm the only one awake right now, so. Okay, down you go again. Ow, ow. Okay, or just climb up my leg. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, cat. Would it be safe to fire a slide on a revolver? I don't see that it would be. But I've never seen a revolver that has a slide. These are, though. I've got one right over here that I've put 800 rounds through. Yes, yes. I'm giving you attention now, silly cat. There we go. This one here. Yep, I've put 800 rounds through this. Nope, nope, nope. Get out of there, you silly cat. Cat wants attention. Oh, yeah, we have one called... Yeah, we have a zombie one. It's Green Mamba and USMC Red for the splatter. Yeah, we have that on our site. Firearms innovation has a long history. Some of it's cool looking, but definitely not ergonomic, functional. Well, functional, but not in the best of ways. Yes, yes, little cat, you want attention. Or it just wants to claw at my beard. Oh, that's because it's kind of a pain in the ass to make, Marsh Boy. There's stenciling you can get for it, but because of how small some of the digital camo is, it's actually quite a bit of a pain. I mean, I'm sure we could probably do it. Let's see, we probably take desert sand, some Glock FDE, and maybe some mil-spec OD green. Just a smidge of it. We do have a gold and black speckle slide, but otherwise it's just gold or black. Oh, who's a little kitty? Ow. Ow. Let go of my beard. Crazy cat. Tyler, what's going on, man? Yeah. So we produce these slides from bars of steel like this one here for the 19 and 17. And we are producing our test slide. This one here is our prototype. But we are producing our test slide for the 26 today. So if all goes well, we're going to take it to the range and we're going to test fire the 26, put a few hundred rounds through it. And if all goes well, yeah, we start producing 26s. After that, we're going to start to work on the 43. We're hoping to begin work on the 43 in December. And after the 43, I don't know what we're doing exactly. New model, new gen. Not quite sure. Okay. Fine, we'll let you up on the table. You're going to ruin all kinds of things. We're going to let you up on the table. You're being all needy. And we did just pick up a Ruger RXM. And so, yeah, we have confirmed. Hey, none of that, you. We have confirmed that the Glock slides that we produce, the aftermarket ones here, do fit the Ruger RXM as well. I know. Taking you off the table and you're all sad about it. Oh yeah, we'd be happy to make some 43s. Slow growth though. There's all kinds of ones we want to make. 20s, 21s. And just so much more. 34s, 17Ls. Maybe something for the 45 and the 49. Maybe the 48 too. And slow growth. We've seen some other businesses that all they did was chase slide models and they ended up spending most of their money on production, but not enough getting sales out. Some of them had some really cool designs. They couldn't get people to buy them. And so that's why ours is slow growth. And it's just like, hey, you don't have this yet. And I'm like, I know, but we're working on sales in this first. Still got to build the name. I've only been doing this for about 3 years. It'll be 3 years exactly in January. That's where I'd go with like a 19. Get yourself some more mag size. It's a little harder to conceal carry than a 43, but you can make it happen. Well, we're crossing into almost 6 a.m. That's where I got to get off to the post office and off to the shop. So that's about where I'm going to end it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for spending the hour with me. And thank you for the likes and new subs that I got. That's freaking awesome. We're on live probably every day or two. Not yet, Tyler. It's something we might do in the future. Currently, we only mill our own slides. So that's something we might offer in the future as we continue to grow, just not yet. Because right now we looked at it, we're producing like 30 to 50 slides in a run, and we're making several hundred slides a week. And if we were to stop production to do someone's custom mill, then we would have to stop production of 30 to 50 slides or more. And that math just don't math. Not yet, anyway. So we'll probably have to get another machine or something. We are debating getting into Cerakote work for people. We might do that locally at first to, kind of get our feet in the water, see how things go. No, nothing for the 1911 yet. Yeah, it's not that we couldn't do it. Like, if someone wanted an RMR cut, it's just we'd have to shut down the machine, stop production on so many slides to work on one slide, and it wouldn't make sense. We'd have to charge the customer a ridiculous amount, and it wouldn't make sense. But maybe as we keep growing. But we do make a few models that people might already... That's why all of our slides come with an RMR cut. So that way it's already optics ready. We have ported and standard options for people. So if they get one, they don't have to get it milled later. Which is kind of nice. StifflerManufacturing.com. Yep, you can see it in the description, but we're easy to find. Just search Stiffler Manufacturing Slides on Google and you'll find us. You're being so needy, cat. But yep, that's where I'll end it this morning. I'm going to head off to the post office and get to work. If this 26 goes great, you'll probably see some posts on our Instagram and YouTube later. Facebook too. And yeah. And I'll definitely do a live tomorrow if everything goes well. Oh, it's made of 17.4 stainless steel. Big old bar like this. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for the likes and subs. It's always appreciated. And yeah, just thanks for hanging out. And as always, stay 2A every day.